I think this is the best way to say this. I completely folded for the first time. I played around foldables for quite some time, but I've never truly made a switch until now. Foldables are quite expensive, and the logical thing to do is at least try a less expensive device and determine if foldables are for you. And that's exactly what I did by switching to a foldable from Tecno. This is the Phantom V Fold 2. It's the newest foldable from Tecno. It is my first book style foldable, as I've been a flip guy for a long time. I've wanted to know if a foldable such as this can fit my style of work, and if it's something I can easily recommend to anyone looking to make the switch, especially one from Tecno that could potentially save you some money. I'm going to take my time to take you through my use cases, what this device is capable of, and at the end you can determine if this device is for you. But if I'm to share some of my experiences using the Phantom V Fold 2 over the past few weeks, I'll say it's been a jack of all trades, and you'll find out why in a few minutes. I'm Desi, and this is the Phantom V Fold 2 from Tecno. Let me start by taking you through the unboxing experience, which is very satisfying. If you are to purchase the Tecno Phantom V Fold 2, you get this textured box with a slide-off sleeve, making for a cool unboxing experience. In the box, you are first met with the Phantom V Fold 2 itself, which is unfolded and protected. Lifting up the cover, you see 3 compartments. The first to the left contains a 13-month warranty card, as well as a leather case to protect the device. Right underneath that is the VIP card. You're also getting a 70-watt fast charger right in the box. And I'm surprised you're still getting chargers because other brands are being stingy with theirs. Not only are you getting the charger, you're also getting a USB-C cable and a SIM ejector pin. That's everything in the box. Peeling off the plastic packaging gives you a first look of the Phantom V Fold 2, which looks incredible. And you can already tell how thin it is compared to other foldables you may have seen on my channel or elsewhere. It comes with a stylus pen, which works really well on the inner display, as well as having some really cool features I'll show you in some part of this video. But this is the second foldable from any smartphone manufacturer that supports a stylus input, which is a huge one for Tecno. Back to the phone, it's an upgrade in almost every aspect when comparing it against their first V Fold device. And a noticeable design change is the camera arrangement and the style, which makes it look more premium. The rear of the device has a nice looking finish, which I would say is a patterned finish that makes it look toned and gives it a personality. Something I haven't really seen on other devices. It's said to be made of laminated fiberglass and it feels really good to the touch. The color I have is the cast green, but there's also the blue, which is a leather texture made in collaboration with Lowy, and it looks very nice. The Phantom V Fold 2 looks extremely thin for a foldable of its nature and is lighter than the first foldable whilst having a bigger battery. Probably the largest battery in any foldable right now based on the specs. The device weighs in at 249 grams, that's 50 grams lighter than last year's device. It still contains the curved edge design and glossy rails, which can be a fingerprint magnet, but I'm sure most people will slap on the included case to protect the device anyway, so this isn't an issue. It feels really great to hold in hand, and I'm glad Tecno hasn't switched the boxier design like we've seen on some of their other competitors. The hinge feels solid and allows you to position the device in multiple angles based on your particular needs at a given moment. Whilst folded to the side, on the bottom half lies a fingerprint reader, which is very fast at unlocking your device, as well as the volume buttons. At the top, the first half houses a speaker grill, whilst the bottom half houses a microphone. To the bottom, the first half houses another speaker grill, whilst the bottom houses a USB-C charging port, as well as another microphone. The Phantom V Fold 2 is rated IP54 for dust and splash resistance, meaning you can't take it near a large volume of water and try to submerge it. It will get destroyed. Don't try it. It also has Gorilla Glass Victor's protection for scratch and drop resistance, as well as offering a 13-month warranty on your device. Onto the screen, you're getting 2 sections of screen real estate. The front cover screen is a 6.42 inches 1080p 120Hz LTPO AMOLED display with a peak brightness of 1100 nits, as well as being curved to the right edges. It's big enough to use in one-handed mode when folded and provides beautiful enough colors when viewing content, as well as regular usage, and it's also very bright. However, the inner screen being what makes the fold what it is, it's a 7.85 inches 120Hz foldable LTPO AMOLED display, also having a peak brightness of 1100 nits. It looks great, but I've noticed right out of the box, it has a high saturation profile and is very noticeable when viewing content. However, you can easily adjust it to suit the right look you prefer when you go into the display settings. With the improved hinge I spoke earlier about, You can now make use of flex mode, which allows you to position the foldable screen in a particular angle, and certain apps can make use of this feature. This wasn't possible with the first V Fold. Within the top right side of the inner display houses the selfie camera. Tecno hasn't tried to make it invisible like we've seen other devices do by making it an under-display camera, but it still blends seamlessly into the display. In my opinion, I prefer this style as it allows for a much better image quality when comparing it to the under-display ones. When it comes to battery life, the Phantom V Fold 2 offers more than enough. It's a huge 5750 mAh battery powering this device. Like I said, it's surprising Tecno has been able to include such a battery size considering how thin the Phantom V Fold 2 is. This makes it the biggest battery in any foldable I've tested, and that says a lot. Battery life based on my usage has been incredible. It hasn't died out on me at any point whilst using it, and I haven't had to charge it more than once in a day. It's even carried me for 2 days straight on a single charge. It supports 70-watt wired charging with the included charger in the box that should get you from 0 to 50% in about 20 minutes and 100% in about 49 minutes, which is really fast considering the battery capacity. It also supports 15-watt wireless charging and no reverse wireless charging. Tecno is the only other smartphone manufacturer to offer stylus support for its foldable, and that's a huge accolade for Tecno. As part of a purchase of the Phantom V Fold 2, you're also getting the Phantom V Pen included. It brings even more functionality to the Phantom V Fold 2 by allowing you to make use of certain shortcuts as well as freehand drawing and writing and a lot more. It only works on the inner display, recharges using a USB-C port, as well as connecting via Bluetooth. It's no different in size when comparing it against a regular pen, so you'll be comfortable making use of it. When making use of it, I managed to find some of its hidden features, like quickly taking a screenshot by dragging inwards from the top right corner, and it takes the screenshot really easily, but you don't have to figure things out like I did. Within the settings, there's a menu that showcases all the Phantom V Pen's features, as well as battery life. But before making use of it, make sure to update the firmware of the pen by tapping the firmware upgrade. A tap on the quick gestures menu will show features such as the shortcuts feature panel, where a single press on the down button opens the shortcuts menu, access the lock screen notes feature by double pressing the down button, the quick capture feature by long pressing the down button, as well as camera controls. You can also learn to write better using the pen through the scribble menu, and one feature I've really come to love is simply writing down a math equation in the Notes app and getting your answer. It brings so much value to the Phantom V Fold 2, and I foresee more people appreciating this. It works really well. The Phantom V Fold 2 comes with 5 cameras, 1 on the outer display, 3 at the rear, and 1 on the inner display. Every single camera on the rear is a 50 megapixel camera, meaning the main wide lens is a 50 megapixel f1.9, the telephoto lens is a 50 megapixel f2.0, and the ultra wide lens is a 50 megapixel f2.2, and the images taken will definitely surprise you. You can record 4K 30 FPS for videos with support for HDR. The selfie cameras are both 32 megapixel f2.5 on the inner and the outer displays. I've spent time constantly taking shots in indoor situations, outdoor situations, and they always come out looking great. Colors are vibrant, the right amount of saturation, not overly exposed. I really can't get enough of it. I tested it with some people and their reactions would easily tell you how surprised and impressed they are about the cameras on the Phantom V Fold 2. Here are some sample shots I've taken. Share what you think about them by leaving a comment on this video. But I think they look great. Let's talk about the software experience because at the end of the day, that's what makes or breaks a device. Right now, everyone talks about AI and Tecno isn't looking to be left behind. The Tecno Phantom V Fold 2 is packed with loads of AI features I really didn't expect to find, with many more coming on the way. It runs Android 14, iOS 14.5, and it's equipped with 12GB of RAM and 512GB internal storage, as well as the same processor from last year's V Fold, the MediaTek Dimensity 9000 Plus. I really would have wanted a new processor, but that's not to say it holds back this device in any way. But as far as the general software goes, it's a great experience for the foldable. You have a lot of customization features, split screen works effortlessly, as well as multitasking, and I haven't encountered any bugs or glitches. It now comes to the taskbar to make accessing your apps quicker without opening the app library. You can also quickly access your apps from the sidebar with all apps opening in a floating window. Whilst typing on the inner display, you can choose to have a split keyboard, which I've found to be the best, as well as having a full standard keyboard or a floating keyboard. All these make for a great software experience. I also enjoy gaming on this device. The games I typically play on mobile run smoothly without any issues, But when I make the switch to a higher end intensive games, there really aren't any issues, but what I've experienced is the device warms up slightly, which is expected. The processor handles the intensive tasks easily, just like other flagships with other processors do. I don't run benchmark scores because I believe what matters is the overall experience. The Phantom V Fold 2, like I said earlier, is packed with a ton of AI features. I've been actively making use of things like the onboard AI assistant Ella, which isn't new but it's more improved. Asking it questions, it's able to give more accurate answers and provide recent information. It can do things like summarizing an email or a web page as far as you're able to provide it with what it needs. Let me show you. Hey Ella, summarize this web page for me. Not only that, you can summon Ella to make a phone call, write an email for you, play music, and a lot more, and I found it very helpful. Another feature I've really come to love is the generated image feature, when you can simply draw a rough image in the Note app and the AI generates images in different styles based on what you drew. It's really impressive how good it works, and the image it generates are really impressive. You could turn your rough sketch into an improved sketch, an anime sketch, or even a cartoon with more colors. It's my favorite. But it doesn't end there. You can easily write down math notes and it gets solved for you, or composing or rewriting text based on themes or tones you choose. This works in emails and even within WhatsApp chats. Within the gallery, you also get object eraser, better text on image recognition, as well as easily creating stickers from images by holding on the subject. On course, there's also the live translate feature, but only limited to languages such as Arabic, English, and French. More languages are likely to be available in the future. I'm still discovering more day by day and I could go on for hours, but to simply put it, Tecno has truly made a difference with the entire software experience, making the Phantom V Fold 2 the ultimate powerhouse. This is a premium device and at the very least, it should have included eSIM support. I barely have any physical SIMs laying around as I've converted most of my SIMs to eSIM, but I doubt anyone will really complain about this. That's just me. Also, like I stated earlier in the video, we are getting the same exact processor as last year. It hasn't faltered in my experience and you wouldn't notice any immediate problems, but then again, considering it's a newer improved flagship device, it should have also come with a newer improved processor. Those are my personal issues, but I'm impressed nonetheless. I've really enjoyed using the Tecno Phantom V Fold 2 over the past few weeks, and like a friend of mine once said, when you start using the Fold, you can't go back, and that's where I see myself heading. The AI features are impressive to the point where even iPhones that cost more than the Phantom V Fold 2 don't have these features, and even the ones yet to come wouldn't have access to all these features. It has great cameras, which I find myself constantly testing in disbelief, as well as being affordable than its competitors. It's what I consider my portable laptop, as I constantly carry out most of my work on it, from writing my articles, replying my emails, and taking important virtual meetings on. If you have the chance to try out the Tecno Phantom V Fold 2 at any Tecno outlet, please do so and experience what is being offered by Tecno. Form your own thoughts and hopefully you'd love it. If you found this video helpful, do leave a like as well as subscribing to the channel. I'm Desi, thank you for watching and I'll catch you in my next video. Peace!